Alright, ladies and gentlemen, welcome to this quick deck tech for this 5-color Niv Mizzet Soul Herder Blink Abomination for Modern that I've created. Basically, I'm just trying to copy one of my Niv Mizzet Commander decks into Modern. So for those of you who don't know, Niv Mizzet Reborn is a Wooburg, white, blue, black, red, green, 6/6 flying dragon avatar. And when he enters the battlefield, you reveal the top 10 cards of your library for each colour pair, choose a card that's exactly those colours, and put them into your hand. Put the rest on the library, in the bottom of your library in a random order. So what we're looking to leverage is ETB abilities here. So we're essentially building a blink deck. So first thing is we're going to be running a couple of mono white cards. We're going to be running some Eerie Interludes and some Ephemerates, literally to blink value. Every creature, with one exception we'll come to soon, will be a gold coloured card in our deck designed to give us advantage and keep us going. But yeah, we're looking to basically, in a weird way, like the Bant Soul Herder decks from the past, we're just looking to drop creatures, recycle their abilities, and outvalue our opponents, basically. So moving along, the core of the deck is going to be built around the Saheeli Rai Felidar Guardian combo. So we're going to run a full playset of Saheeli Rai and only a couple of Felidar Guardians. Big reason for this is it's an instant win game combo, but another reason is that both these cards synergize well with the deck if you just find them on their own. Felidar Guardian blinks any permanent, so we could rebuy a Niv activation, for example, and Saheeli's -2 lets us copy and give a haste token copy, which, you know, we could copy any of our creatures or another Niv. Basically, the floor is that we put them on the ground, they blink something, we get a little bit of value, and the ceiling is we win the game. Moving along, we have a little package here of Neoform and Fiend Artisan. So for those of you who don't know, Neoform, we sack a creature when we cast it, and then we get a creature card with mana value equal to 1 plus the value we sacked. So we are primarily a 2, 3, and 4 format. We're looking to maybe use Neoform to sacrifice a 3-drop to get the Felidar Guardian to win the game, or we might do a chain where we sack a 2-drop to get a 3-drop effect that will generate a small value. Fiend Artisan is essentially a slower version of this, but it can also be kind of a grindy win con where we may tap and activate its ability where it's pay a hybrid and X, sack another creature, search a library card for a creature with mana value X or less, put it into the battlefield. So what were we tutoring up with these abilities? Well, starting at the bottom of our chain, we have some 2-mana creatures, the previously mentioned Fiend Artisans. We have some Icefang Quaddles, which are Simic, flash, draw a card. We won't get Death Touch so much in this deck because we are not running too many snow permanents. We also run Tidehollow Sculler to disrupt our opponent. Also, it leads to some really fun synergies where, I don't know if we'll see it in the recording, but opponents will often kill this in an effort to stop the effect going off, but this was printed before the text was errated, so if they kill it in response to it ETBing, we effectively permanently exile a card from their hand, so it's well worth the value. Our 3-drop slot is where we get more beefy. We have Reflector Mage for creature hate, enter the battlefield, bounce a creature. We have Sanity Noras, this is a favourite of mine from Commander. Basically, discarding a card at random can really mess a player up. Like if they desperately need to make the land drop to hit their board wipe, it's a very good one. Renegade Rallier. When it enters the battlefield, we can return a permanent with 2 or less from our battlefield to the battlefield. We can also revolt triggers if we blink the Renegade Rallier, because it technically sees itself leave the battlefield then come back. So we can rebuy fetch lands if we just blink this. We can do a Neoform chain I enjoy doing where we'll sacrifice a Tidehollow Sculler or Icefang Quaddle, get the Rallier, get the 2-mana creature back on the field. Kitchen Finks for life gain, very important right now with Blitz running around killing everything in sight. It also has Persist where we can gain value back. Soul Herder, if you're not new to Modern, it's basically at the end of your turn you get to blink another creature, and it gets bigger. It's a 1/1 counter every time you blink a creature. Feather the Redeemed. Anyone not versed with this card is whenever you cast into a sorcery spell that targets a creature, instead of putting that spell in the graveyard, put it back in your hand at the beginning of the next end step. This is an interesting synergy with our blink spells. So for example, Ephemerate, it won't trigger Feather's ability on the first cast, but if we rebound, when we cast a rebound spell, it goes to the graveyard, triggering Feather, putting it into exile, putting it back into our hand at the end of turn. It's a nice way to keep our spells going. More grindy matchups where we need to do it. Also, we have the Mass Blink with the Eerie Interlude that Feather, if she's on the field, will permanently return it to our hand. Very solid. Finally, our 2 drops of our 4 converted mana costs that aren't Felidar Guardian combos are Hostage Taker and Huntmaster of the Fells. These are just snipes that we might pick up if we're desperate. For example, if we're facing a lot of aggression, Huntmaster gives 2 bodies, life gain, and then potentially a removal spell if it flips. And Hostage Taker is removal that we can then cast if we steal the creature. One funny interaction with Hostage Taker I won a game with while testing this deck was I sniped a Death Shadow and cast it, killing it because my life total was still above 13. But yep, that's the deck. It is not a good deck, it is just a fun, crazy deck, and we'll get to the games and I hope you enjoy it. Thank you.